Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This time, we're going to go over to the New York Times, and the Alabama woman who went missing after claiming to help a child on the highway is found. Carlee Russell told the 911 dispatcher on Thursday night that there was a toddler walking along the side of an interstate. The police said she was never seen again until late Saturday. So she has been found. Okay? I will list the article right and all the details in the description, as I always do. A 25-year-old woman in Alabama who was reported missing on Thursday night after telling the 911 dispatcher that she saw a toddler walking along the side of an interstate and would pull over to help, was found late Saturday, according to the police. The woman, Carlee Russell, showed up at her family's front door on Saturday night, knocked, and was greeted by her stunned relatives, said Nicholas Durzitz, the police chief in Hoover, a suburb of Birmingham. He said he was not sure how Miss Russell got there, but nobody was with her when she arrived. She was taken to the hospital for evaluation. Her return ended a sprawling statewide search that had captured national attention and caused widespread speculation about what may have happened before her disappearance. The circumstances of a sudden vanishing remained unclear early Sunday morning. The case began on Thursday night when Ms. Russell told the dispatcher about the child around 9:35 p.m., called a family member to report the same details, and then pulled over on I-459 south near mile marker 11 to check on the toddler, the Hoover Police Department said. The family member lost contact with Miss Russell, but the line remained open, the police said. When officers arrived at the site in Hoover, they found Miss Russell's vehicle and some of her belongings nearby, but were unable to find her or a child in the area, the police said in a statement. The Hoover Police Department said it had not received any calls of a missing child. Tabitha Russell, or Talia, hold on. My apologies for the mispronunciation. It is Tabitha Russell, the mother of Carlee Russell, said in an interview on Saturday night, hours before the younger Miss Russell was found, that her daughter, who is known as a kind-hearted soul and is always the life of the party, was having a busy and meaningful summer, working a part-time job at Woodhouse Spa in Birmingham and taking nursing classes at Jefferson State Community College. Tabitha Russell did not immediately respond to a text or call seeking a follow-up interview after her daughter was found. On Saturday, she was described being flooded with tips about her daughter's possible whereabouts, which she was sharing with the police. Each new buzz on her phone unshed a jolt of anxiety, Tabitha Russell said. We want anyone to do what they can to be relentless in searching for her, leaving no stone unturned, and just getting the word out there, she said, not just in Alabama or in Birmingham, but in every state. On Thursday night, Miss Russell, who graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology from Auburn University at Montgomery, finished her shift at the spa around 8:20 p.m., drove to the Mediterranean restaurant to pick up a chicken roll-up for her mother, and was on her way home in Hoover when she noticed what appeared to be a small child on the side of the interstate, Tabitha Russell said. Miss Russell first called the dispatcher, who, according to Taliba Russell, told to stay with the child until the police arrived. Miss Russell then called her brother's girlfriend, whose name was not shared. The girlfriend remained on the phone and listened as Miss Russell got out of the car and called to the child. Talitha, I apologize, excuse me. Talitha Russell said there was no response, but then the girlfriend heard a scream from the phone that appeared to come from Miss Russell. It sounded like the phone was dropped, and then all that could be heard was background noise of vehicles rolling by on the highway. Talitha Russell said the girlfriend immediately told the family what happened, prompting Talitha Russell and her husband to use a phone feature that showed them Miss Russell's location. They rushed to the spot on the interstate and saw their daughter's car, its driver's side door open and the ignition still running. Her hat and wig were on the ground beside the car, and her phone was in a different nearby spot, Taliba Russell said. Police officers were already at the scene. They used drones to search for Miss Russell in the surrounding area that night as her family drove across other suburbs looking for their daughter. The mysterious disappearance prompted widespread concern in the state in recent days, with police officers combining through dozens of tips and potential leads. Among the most puzzling detail about the case is how no other driver on the heavily traveled interstate managed to spot a toddler walking on the side of the road that night, an image that would have surely prompted more 911 calls than just Miss Russell's. That is a little unusual, Chief Derzitz said in an interview on Saturday night before Miss Russell was found. He added that the thing that we do know is that her car was on the interstate and she was not when we got there, and that's what we're trying to figure out. There are some wooded areas near where Miss Russell pulled over her car, but tracking dogs had combed those parts, and no consequential evidence turned up, Chief Deserts said. The Hoover Police Department obtained traffic footage that appeared to show the moment that Miss Russell flashed her back emergency tail lights on the interstate, called 911 to report the child, and pulled over her red Mercedes-Benz. Chief Derzitz said nothing that the video was very grainy, and investigators were working on clarifying it. From the time that she stopped to the time that the first officer hit the blue lights and gets to the scene, we do not see another vehicle pull over or anything like that, Chief Deserts said. I hope I am pronouncing his name right. An early tip about the gray vehicle with a man standing outside of Miss Russell's vehicle was discounted after the footage reviewed, the chief added. Okay? The Harpersville Police Department said Friday on Facebook that Miss Russell had been in town about 30 miles east of Hoover on Thursday, handling some business. Taliba Russell said her daughter had been in Harpersville to speak with a judge about a minor traffic ticket that was ultimately dismissed. The department said that Miss Russell, was a smart, courteous, and honoring young woman who had impressed others that day with her respect, poise, good attitude, and her drive to become a nursing student and help others. Talitha Russell said She had spent her recent days praying that Miss Russell would be found. She yearned to see her daughter's jubilant smile, her big eyes, and the Bible scripture tattoo on her left shoulder. God is within her, it reads, she will not fail. And that is the end of the article as it stands. The update on Miss Russell, she has been found. Uh, yeah, and I am so truly glad. But now the conversation points more to what happened in those moments. A video was released, which I did post on my Instagram, which is still up on my stories and everything like that. Even the little clip of the press conference that the mother had done before she was found. So you can always go check that out on my Instagram. And yeah, you guys, she's been found. I'll be very interested to see what comes out in the next couple of days and weeks following her, her being found. How did she get to the house? What was her mode of transportation? Who was she with? If she was with someone, how many people were there? Was there a single person or were there a group of people? What happened to the child? Was the child actually there? You know, so many questions that need answers to, and hopefully, the truth and everything else will come out. And I hope it leads to an arrest of the persons or persons responsible for this abduction. But until then, I definitely would like to hear what you have to say. So please drop down in the comments section if you have joined me in this video up until this part. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much. I truly do appreciate you watching my video. And with that, you guys, I will get with you in the next one.